Okay, business social responsibility. To be socially responsible, businesses have to act ethically towards different entities, toward customers, their employees, the community, the environment, and the economy. Now, I have individual slides on all of these, but when it comes time for the test, some of the level three questions are you're going to have to give me examples of how businesses act responsibly toward customers, employees, the community, the environment, and or the economy. So you'll want to make sure you get these written down, and you might want to highlight them or set them off in some way so you know that that's something that you're going to want to study for the test when it comes up. Okay, we start with business responsibilities towards their customers. A business is not going to mislead its customers. They're not going to tell the salespeople to lie to their customers. They're not going to try to bait and switch customers, get them to come in because of a, a really low price on an ad, and then try to get them to buy something else by saying, "Oh, sale, that product in the sale is just a piece of junk. You really want this one instead." So they get you in the store on some false pretense, and then they get you to buy a more expensive product. That's misleading the customers, and a ethically responsible business isn't going to do that to their customers. Number two, they're going to give complete information regarding proper use of their products. That way, the customers know how the product is supposed to be used, what it's supposed to be used for, and what it's not supposed to be used for. So, if you have a product that has lots of different uses to it, some customers might think, well, by extension, I could use it for this as well. But if it hasn't been tested or it's not going to be reliable for that, then it's up to the salesperson or the employee to tell them that that's not one of the known uses of this product, and so your results might not be as good as if you used it for what it was created for. They also will label unsafe products as such. So if there has any warnings on it, any toxins in it, things like that, then they'll make sure that they're properly labeled. And there's government or laws and policies that cover that as well. So especially with food products, not only do they have to list what's in them, but they also have to list where they were manufactured in case there's some kind of allergy or something like that. But it doesn't have to be food; it could also be chemicals and things of that nature. So if you look at all the products that are out there, if there's something that is unsafe about that product, then they're going to have it. Even in the McDonald's coffee cups, they'll say, warning, this product could be hot because it's unsafe. You could get burned. So they're going to make sure that they label their products appropriately. They're also going to offer the best products that they can at the lowest prices that they can. Now, they're still allowed to make a profit. So they're not going to sell things for less than what it costs them to manufacture or purchase for themselves. But they're not going to price gouge. Um, there's lots of examples of price gouging whenever there's some kind of a disaster of things. A tornado comes through and the price of gasoline or the price of chainsaws goes way up because people are trying to get more money because there's not a lot of product going around, there's a lot of people wanting to buy it. Or when a hurricane comes through and after that the price of fresh water goes way up. Um, Now, some price increases are okay, but when it goes from things like $2 a gallon for gasoline to $17 a gallon for gasoline, which I've seen before after a hurricane, then that's price gouging. There was no difference between the gas that was in the ground before the hurricane or after the hurricane. The person is just trying to, gouge the people because they have a product that other people want. And an ethical business isn't going to take advantage of their customers in that way. Businesses' responsibilities to their employees. Businesses have a responsibility to treat their employees fairly. We talked about fairness on the character, pillars of character. Um, so If you're the boss or you're the supervisor, you're going to try to treat the employees fairly. You're not going to stick one person with all the gross jobs to do, like cleaning the toilets every day, or scrubbing the baseboards, or taking out the garbage, or whatever like that. You're going to rotate those responsibilities through different people. Same thing with time off. You're going to allow people to have time off at different times. If there's a high demand day that everybody wants off, you might have a drawing or something, or a lottery. You're not going to give it to a, a favored employee or something like that. Businesses, in order to be responsible to their employees, they can offer flex time, which is a flexible schedule. Instead of working 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, you might work mornings or just afternoons, or you might work some mornings, some afternoons, and some evenings. You might be able to work uh, different times on different days in order to, say, take care of an elderly adult, your parents or something, or to if you have a child or something and daycare is not available. So they allow you to have a flexible schedule, so instead of it being the same thing every day of the week and every week of the year. Some businesses offer health care. Now, we do have a law now, the Affordable Care Act, that requires businesses of a certain size to offer health care. But smaller businesses often offer health care as an incentive for people to work there as well. Or if they are a larger business, then they'll offer better health care than what the minimum standard is in the Affordable Care Act. Uh, they'll have cheaper premiums, or they'll have better coverage and things like that in order to be responsible to their employees. So they're covered in case they get sick or are in an accident or something. The next one is telecommuting. Telecommuting is working from home. It was originally called telecommuting because you worked over the phone, but now it's over the internet. And so now we just call it working from home or remote work. Um, that's where you just stay home, and there's been an awful lot of that this year. Uh, but businesses offer that. Some jobs you can't remote work. If you are the cook at a restaurant, it's really tough to work from home. You do need to be in the restaurant to be able to cook the meals and the food and stuff. But then there's other jobs that it's you can do your job just as well being at home or being in the workplace. Some businesses offer on-site childcare or on-site um, health gyms or fitness areas or relaxation areas. Some employees offer on-site restaurants or food service that's free. Any type of a perk like that that will make it so that the employee can not be stressed out about one thing or the other, not having to worry about child care for their child. Um, and if it's on site there, then the worker can go down and visit their kid on a break they have or something. If it is a on-site health club or um, food service, then they don't have to worry about fixing something when they get home. They don't have to worry about having a separate health club membership and things like that. So it's just things that employers offer to their employees in order to make their life better. And then we have assistance to employees with impairments. Once again, just like healthcare, there are laws that govern certain things. We have the Americans with Disabilities Act, and it says that there are certain things that workplaces have to provide for people with disabilities, but a lot of workplaces go above and beyond that, beyond the minimum of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And so they'll provide other things. They'll allow comfort animals to come into work, and not like a seeing eye dog or other service dog like that, but a comfort animal that is just there uh, for people's stress and things of that nature. So they'll allow uh, things that go further than what the law requires. Businesses' responsibility to the community. Now, a lot of big businesses that when they do something for the community, they just write a big check and then allow somebody else to do the actual um, whatever it is that needs to be done. They just write a check and then they get volunteers from somewhere else. Small businesses don't have deep pockets, and so they have found other ways that they can give back to their community, including donating their products and services. So if there's something going on in town, some kind of big thing going on in town, then Adriano's Pizza might not be able to donate money, but they might be able to donate a pizza or two to the people that are working at the event. Um, so things of that nature. Or if it's a printer, um, Joe Designer might be able to print up signs or banners and things for the event instead of donating money to the event. A lot of small businesses involve their employees in those events as well. They'll encourage their employees to take part. When I worked at Sam's Club, they had a price match the same time every year. If you were to give to any of the charities that were in a list that they had, then through a payroll deduction, then Walmart Corporation would match that. So if I gave $20 to the American Heart Association, then the Walmart Corporation would give $20 in addition to my $20, so my donation then would end up being $40. So I would have twice the impact with whatever I decided to donate. And there's a lot of companies that do that. They encourage their employees to give back, and they do it in different ways. And some companies join with other companies to promote social responsibility, sometimes even their own competitors. Um, every year around Christmas time and New Year's time, I see commercials from the adult beverage distributors that tell everybody to drink responsibly and don't drive. And then at the end of the little public service announcement, you'll see um, the logos of different businesses, and a lot of those businesses are in direct competition with each other, but they still want everybody to act responsibly, so they go together for that public service spot. Other times, you'll see things like one of the local networks will be the broadcast sponsor of some event like Light the Night or something like that, and then they'll then promote it during their newscasts and during commercials and things like that, and include the other companies that are partners with them. And that's another way that they can have a bigger impact by joining with other companies instead of trying to do the whole thing themselves. A business's responsibility to the environment. So we're talking about environmental protection here. To protect the environment, some businesses, especially larger businesses, they employ people whose sole job it is to make sure that their environmental impact is minimized, and those are called environmental affairs personnel. So if you were a environmental affairs person at, say, Google, then your job might be to come up with ways to save on electricity for all the servers, or to generate your own electricity, or to use recyclable materials in your packaging, or any number of things like that. Ways to protect uh, fresh water uh, by using biodegradable chemicals and stuff like that. Um, but larger companies can afford to have people whose sole job is to do that. Other places, they might just eliminate wasteful practices. So instead of having styrofoam in your takeout containers from the restaurant, they'll use paper products, cardboard products, or wax paper, or something that is biodegradable, that won't fill up a landfill and stay there for thousands of years. They'll also try to reduce their pollutants in the manufacturing process if they're a manufacturer. That might call that you need to have a second incinerator in your smokestack to get rid of uh, more of the airborne chemicals that are going out through your smokestack. That's going to cost the business extra. It's not going to help them make a bigger profit on their products and stuff, but it is being responsible to the environment, and they can use that in their marketing materials and saying that they are being kind to the environment and things. They may also improve their products to increase efficiency. There's been a huge increase in um, battery efficiency here in the last 15 years. Uh, everywhere from the little AAA battery that goes into flashlights and things up to the electric batteries that they're putting into cars now. The process to make them, the process that they use to store the electricity and things have all increased vastly. So now that we have ways of extending battery life way beyond what it was not that many years ago. It used to be you'd get a laptop computer and you might get an hour on your battery life. And now we have computers and Chromebooks that can go 8, 9 hours before it needs to be recharged. So, and that's all because of the increased efficiency in the process to manufacture and then the batteries themselves, the increase in efficiency. Then we have the economy, and this is the last part. Um, Ethical behavior by everyone, by customers, by employees, by employers, um, by community members, that encourages more trust. So if you act ethically in a business, the customers are going to trust your word. If you say it's a good product, they're going to believe you. If you say that's probably not the product that you should be getting, maybe you should try this other one, they're going to believe you on that. They're going to trust you because you have a track record of steering them in the right direction in the past. So if you act ethically, you're going to generate more trust in your customers, and that more trust in customers is going to lead to more buying and selling. People will go to a store and to a salesperson who they know is going to give them the truth, and it's going to give them the best deal that they uh, for whatever solution they need. Most people, when they buy stuff, they're buying stuff because they have a problem and they need to solve that problem. Whether it's long grass and they need to buy a lawnmower, or they're hungry and they need to buy a meal. Uh, it's the problem solving with that product. And if you can steer the customer to the right product that will solve the problem in the best way, they're going to remember that and they're going to come back to you next time. If they get more buying and selling in the business, that's going to lead to more competition. Because if store A is selling gangbusters and making huge profits, then other people are going to jump into that business and want a piece of that action. And so, as more stores get in, then there's going to be more competition, which leads to more efficient economy. Because if you have competitors that are selling the same stuff you are, you've got to either make a better product or you got to sell it at a better price. Otherwise, people are just going to go to the other company. And so you're going to have to come up with efficiencies in your products. You're going to have to come up with better manufacturing or a better idea or maybe a better product. And that efficiency in the economy is going to lead to better prices for everybody. Because if you could shave 3 cents off of each product, the manufacturer, and then you could turn around and sell it for 3 cents less or maybe 2 cents less, then people are going to buy the better priced product if everything else is equivalent. And so that means that consumers are ultimately going to get a better deal. They're going to get more value for their money, and then they're going to go back up to the top there, where they're going to go back to that same store, that same company, and buy more stuff. So that's the end of the uh, notes, the study guide on ethics. If you missed anything on this video or on part one video, you can go back and rewatch the video and fill it in. Once you have your study guide all done, then make sure you hit that submit button in order to turn it in Schoology. Thanks.